I'm Jeffrey Morgenthaler from Pacific Standard in Portland, Oregon, and I'm going to show you how to make a Spanish coffee. Spanish coffee is a drink that is most associated with a bar here in Portland called Huber's. Apparently it was not invented here at Huber's, but it was certainly perfected and popularized, and the Spanish coffee that we all know and love here in Oregon really grew out of Huber's. It's one of my favorite bars in town. This is one of my favorite coffee drinks, probably tied with the Irish coffee. I love a Spanish coffee. It's pretty not super well known outside of Oregon. But here in Oregon, it is our, not national, but national drink. Spanish coffee is just that is the one thing that we have here in Oregon that we sort of claim as our own cocktail-wise. So I'm gonna show you how to make it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is I've got this tempered glass. This is a 8-ounce footed highball. Huber's, they use a wine glass that's also tempered. This is what we use at the bar. We use it, it's kind of a multi-purpose glass. We use it for fizzes, we use it for hot toddies, and we use it for Spanish coffees. Okay, so I'm gonna start by just rimming this glass with some sugar, and I'm gonna do it the way that they do it at Huber's. When I was trying to figure out how to make the Spanish coffee the right way, I would go and I would sit at the bar at Huber's and I would get one. Sometimes I would get two. I really can't drink more than two. One is more than enough for me. So I'd have to go back on multiple visits and watch them as they were crafting this cocktail and sort of taking mental notes. So, a lot of times at our bar when we rim a glass, we just want to get the outside rimmed with sugar or salt. It's not how they do it at Huber's, and you'll see why, but I'm just going to rim this with some lemon and then smash it straight into the sugar here. And now we've got this nice, deep, sort of thick sugared rim that's really gonna come into play here in a second. So next thing I'm gonna do in my jigger, I'm just gonna do a 1/4 ounce of triple sec. They use just sort of run-of-the-mill triple sec. At Huber's, I'm using Cointreau. It's a little bit higher proof. It's a little bit fancier. At home, usually I use just plain old triple sec too. I'm also gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of 151. And this is why that deep sugared rim is gonna be so important. So that's gonna go in there because we're gonna light it on fire. I'm gonna hold that at an angle and just kind of get this stuff going. One thing that you should really be aware of when you're doing a flaming drink like this is that you won't see a flame, but it is very, very, very hot. So I've got that alcohol fire burning right now, but you're not seeing any flames. We will as the sugar starts to melt and drip down. But for now, please be very careful when you're doing this. Now you can start to see that flame kind of popping up. And I'm just gonna rotate this glass. Rotate, rotate, and still holding at that angle, because what we're doing here is we're caramelizing that sugar. See that flame coming up? We're caramelizing that sugar until it's just like a beautiful caramel that's sort of dripping down the side of the glass. And this is a total spectacle. It's a really cool thing to see in a bar, especially a dark bar late at night. It's a very cool thing to see at home. But now I think you're seeing that flame really jumping out of there. And there we go. It's really getting that sugar caramelized and starting to bubble up. And I'm just continuing to rotate and rotate until I'm satisfied with how caramely that sugar is getting. That might be just about perfect for me. So, got this metal little lid here. I'm just gonna put that over the top to put that fire out. We're gonna cut the oxygen supply, put that fire out so that we can finish the drink. Next comes 1.5 ounces of Kahlua. That's gonna go right in. And then I'm gonna top it up with hot coffee. And my rule for myself and for my bartenders is we just fill the coffee to where the bottom of that sugar line is. So I'm gonna kind of fill it to right about there. All right. Now this is some very lightly whipped cream. You can do this in a mason jar, like I show you in the bar book. We used one of those little electric milk frothers for this, but you want to get some cream that's lightly whipped and doesn't have like soft or stiff peaks. You know, we just want to be able to sort of float this over the top. So this is ready to go, and I'm just going to hold it very close to the glass and pour it super gently over the top like that. And at this point, we're almost done. I'm going to just grate some fresh nutmeg over the top in kind of a pretty little way. Trying to focus right on the center of the whipped cream there. And that's it, Spanish coffee. It is, I promise, one of the most delicious coffee drinks you will ever have. Thanks for watching. Cheers.